Hi everyone, hi Nick. I'm back to do, I'm going to try to do this fairly quickly because looks like my battery is on the way out here. Earlier this summer I was approached by Tanya from Tanya Lee Designs, and she asked if I would like to swap with her. And I said, of course. She's a fantastic artist, and so we discussed what we were gonna do, and a few days ago I got this box in the mail, and I confessed that I couldn't wait, and I kind of peeked through things a little bit, but I've just glanced. I haven't really looked at everything really closely, so I told her that I would go through this on camera, so that is what I am going to do. She has done a flip of this video on her channel, which she used as a design team project for Tsunami Rose. So if you want a really detailed flip of everything that she did, you can pop on over to her channel and check it out. I'm just going to go through it fairly quickly. So I'm going to do the journal. Last. So I'm just going to set this over here. And so she sent me on it's like a vintage clothespin, some really pretty, this is some crocheted trim, and it's stretchy. So that is really gorgeous. Thank you so much. That is going to get very well used, and I'm even going to save the bubble wrap because I go through tons of bubble wrap. And I'm saving, and I know what's in here, I'm saving that for last because it is an absolute treasure. Let's see. She sent me all sorts of different passes. They're transit passes. Things for school. She lives in New Zealand, so there's some library cards. So the things that she can get are very different than what I can get. This is a vintage postcard. Doesn't have a date. Doesn't have a date on it, but it flips up, and you put a picture, and there's a vintage photo in there. There's another postcard there. Some scallop pockets, and there's another postcard. And a lovely craft colored big paper bag, which is awesome. Stuff in here. I'm just going to put everything over to the back. Okay, and that is her information. And she also gave me, get the bag open. So some different printables. Sorts of really cool printables. So thank you. Those are awesome. Took these over here, and in here are a whole bunch of if I can get the bag open. These are die cuts and acetate things, all different. That all pops apart. It's a film strip, some calendars, a postcard, some clocks, different dates, different time stamp things. Okay, so there's all of those. And in here are some postcards. And in here are 2 different sizes of acetate film strips. And in here are those really cool tea bag things that everyone makes, that people I've been seeing in people's journals. There's a whole bunch of these tea bags. Bunch of them. Really cool. I keep thinking I need to look at a video on how to make these, but no, I don't have to. She sent me a ton of those. Thank you so much. And in here are a whole bunch of bead bubbles. All I have to do is just bend the ends over and put the jump ring on, and they can be added to, dangles or whatever. These are gorgeous. So I love these. Thank you so much. And then there's a pocket letter, and then some sentiments. So you can use that as a pocket letter or cut them apart. These are gorgeous. Love these. So pretty. I have several journals that those could go in, and then down in the bottom of the box there's a whole bunch of coffee dyed items here. There we go. There's some doilies and some more transit passes. There's an envelope and this size envelope. Some different coffee dyed. We've got the lines from whatever she uses to dye them on, oven rack or whatever. And there's some dictionary page that is in some sort of, it's in Russian or something. What it looks like. Some daily time docket sheets. I still smell the coffee. These smell really good. There's a couple of glassine bags. Some sheet music. 2 big pages of sheet music. And a whole bunch of coffee dyed paper with the lines already on from her dyeing process, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that is ledger, and that is music paper. And there's a children's book. Page from another children's book, Red Riding Hood. Some crossword. And these sort of index cards, I guess. So that is all going to go to really good use. I'm going to put this all back in the box. And then get get to this one last little treasure before we dive into the journal. Okay. And that is her. And then there was also was right on the top of the box. So first of all, it's an altered bag. And then she's used a garment pin and she's put a little charm, a little bird cage charm, and a little bird. And then looks like there's some dictionary page and this image that she's sewn onto some lace. And then there's one of those time stamp cards there's a time card thing underneath there. So there's tons of layering on this. And then you go in here, and then there's this absolutely awesome little treasure, because she lives in New Zealand. These are canceled. They're canceled checks. Checkbook from, this one's 1967. It's got the writing on. So there's one. And this one from the Bank of New Zealand. This is another book of canceled checks, and these are like they're from 1950. So these are going to get doled out very sparingly, because you can't get this here, and these are remarkable. I almost dropped the little bag when I saw what was in it. When I took a little peek when this came, I'm absolutely floored that she would let this go. This is just fantastic. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. So now the journal. And we had talked about 2 signatures, fabric cover. So that's what she has done. This is like a canvas, and it's got writing all over it. I have something similar that I wasn't quite sure how to use, but this has kind of inspired me to dig it out of the bottom of my box. And she has she's put an extra piece across the spine, and she has sewn it down, and then she's zigzagged. She was sewed down, and then she zigzagged across to make like a diamond pattern, which probably the camera is not picking up. But I love this idea. And on the cover, she's coffee dyed some cheesecloth, and there's an envelope here, and there's Doyley's book page, and the image of a hummingbird. And underneath here is a index card, and she's used book page, but she's coffee dyed in ink that she's used for tabs. So this is really cool, and this is just an envelope. And she used a hitch post for the closure. Everything's kind of soft because it's been so blasted. It has been so humid here. I don't know, I guess the eclipse brought in some very humid air. It was kind of a bust here. Nick was all excited, and he was thinking that, oh, it was going to get really dark and everything else, and it didn't really, even though we were supposed to be like at 70%, it didn't really do much. It's kind of disappointing. He was disappointed. So she used Daisy's butterfly. These are hummingbird kit, and I'm just gonna kind of quickly flip through here and just kind of show you this. She's made pockets, shrunk down some of the pages. She's done a lot of layering. These are envelopes that she's sewn lace and like a little perpetual calendar, and then there's envelopes from the kit, and she's paper clipped little tags on. She's tucked in the pockets. I'm trying to get through this before my camera dies. And she's sewn the printables back to back, which is where I got that idea. some tracing paper with pattern tissue. These corner pockets, and it's got looks like tracing paper on top of some dictionary page, and there's a crocheted flower here that looks like it's got like one of those plastic rings inside. There's an image from the kid and a sentiment there. This is all stuff from the kit. And then she's embellished this postcard with some lace and a little charm and a ticket. This is so gorgeous. She's absolutely brilliant. Book page tabs. Lots of sewing. This is tissue paper. This is another layered up pocket with this. I thought it was wood, but I think it feels more like it's chipboard. I'm not sure. It feels like maybe it's chipboard. It's a really good idea, though. I love that idea. This postcard from the kit. And this is one of the telegrams. And another has a little envelope here. And those little Tim Holtz paper clips. And there's another envelope from the kit. Some really thin paper, and I think this is made out of an index card. There's pattern tissue on here and a doily and a tag that's doubled over so you can journal inside it. She's layered all this goody stuff on there. If I get my fingers to work. Put some more little tags, and then on the back side is one of those half envelope pockets that she's layered a bunch of stuff on, and in it is a little crossword puzzle. Looks like this is lace on the back of here, different kinds of lace. It feels like vellum. More tissue paper. Some lined paper that she's stitched on, and she's made a double pocket out of. That's the middle of the signature, and she's put lace up the spine. And little hearts on a string. And she's done a lot of sewing. She left a lot of the tails. I don't know what she uses for paper, but it's really thin in it. But it feels really neat. These are made out of index cards. I really like how her paper, some more tissue paper, I really like how her paper feels. There's another quarter pocket. It's sewed with coffee dyed paper. There's another little envelope. Some more vellum, and that's the other half of that. Looks like an index card. There's a doily there, and lots of lace. Another half envelope with a bunch of layering, and inside it is a little teeny tiny booklet. Some lined paper, grid paper. It's an envelope. It's the flap of an envelope. She's layered some stuff on. It looks like some more of Daisy's ephemera, and there's a little book page envelope, and she's tied it shut with some really fine jute. Looks like that's been crocheted around a piece of cardstock. Looks like maybe it's been stamped or something and crocheted around, maybe, I'm not sure. And that's the envelope, and that flips out. And that's a postcard from the kid. that. It's a to-do list. And that's been backed with some pattern tissue. Some more tissue paper. It's another corner pocket that's got a ton of layering on it. Journal card, some canvas with a rusty pin for a tab on there, and then there's this little, it makes, oh there, that's how it works. It's a little booklet. It's little scraps. Cover's all layered. Isn't that gorgeous? Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. Some patterned tissue on the vellum. Some layered up gorgeous lace that makes, and cheesecloth that makes a pocket. It's like there's several kinds of lace there. That makes a pocket, and she's put paper. She sewed it onto paper to make it a little more sturdy, it looks like. And there's another envelope from the kit. And this one's got a journaling sheet inside it. And then that goes in there, and then she had it just paper clipped like that, I think. That's how it was. Yeah, that's the first signature. There's another pocket, some layering on the flap, and then there's one of the little tea bags. This is a little file folder, and there's one of the little tea bags with hearts on the end of the string, and there's another little, it's got some little journal sheets inside. Just put a postcard on that side of it. She started with a file folder, layered it up, put a postcard in there, made a corner pocket. So it makes a little booklet like. Some more vellum with some lace, tissue paper. Another corner pocket. Some ephemera. And some extra paper. Some hummingbirds on it. The page tabs. Tissue paper. That's from the kit. That's another one of the telegrams and some more ephemera. This is another big index card. It's some pattern tissue and a doily. There's lace on this side. It's another one of these envelope pockets, and she's layered all over that. Some more vellum. There's another double pocket. And there's a pocket on the back here. There's another rusty pin. There's another corner pocket. There's an envelope from the kit with the journal sheet. There's a little phrase, a little poem about hummingbirds there, and a postcard that she's layered all over with lots of lace and tickets. A little charm there. That's the other part of that postcard, index card. And there's another little book page envelope there. Another pocket. to-do list, tissue paper, vellum, another pocket. And there is that. So this is absolutely gorgeous. So Tanya, thank you. Thank you so much for swapping with me. I really appreciate it. And all the extra little goodies that you sent me. This is wonderful. And thank you. And I will see you next time. Bye.